Good evening, saints, and welcome to our series. Once again, this is night number 4. Tonight, beloved, tonight I got a surprise for you. I really got a good surprise for you tonight. Our study is gonna be exposing big pharma, the number of the beast. Exposing big pharma, the number of the beast, and FARMAKIA. FARMAKIA. Beloved, if there's one night you didn't want to miss, is this one. Let me tell you why exactly. Because tonight is going to be different from all the 3 past nights that we've had. Tonight, we're going to have a practical part of the message. Really, a practical part. I'm going to show you how to heal almost every diseases naturally, without no snake shot, without no pills whatsoever. Beloved, it's gonna be very interesting. How to cure cancer, gallbladder, high blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes. You're gonna see a lot of diseases, beloved. Stay with us. It's gonna be a very interesting night. But before we do so, beloved, let us go. Let us have a word of prayer. Shall we, beloved? Shall we? Let us have a word of prayer, because God is good. Father, I'm so thankful. I'm so happy. You don't know how much I'm happy, Father. You know why I'm happy, Dad? I guess you already know it, Father, why I'm happy. It's because you have kept me busy all day and all night tonight, Father, in such a way that I did not have time to prepare anything. I did not have time to study. I did not have time to do anything. Therefore, Father, if people will be blessed, if people will be healed, it's not because I have studied hard. It's not because I am smart. It's because I have to rely on you and you only. I'm waiting for that moment. I was waiting for that moment that people can see your glory reveal in our messages, because we have a special message that you have given to us medical missionary. Now glorify thyself, Father, glorify thy name, and glorify your Son. And don't forget to add to the unction of your grace the forgiveness of our sin, Father. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Beloved, like I said in the prayer, I not have time to prepare anything. I just put some bald point on a piece of paper right here, and I got 2 quotations of the spirit of prophecy. I did not have time. Of course, I can take some of the messages I've shared before in the churches about medical missionary, but that's not the point. It's just to say that tonight I have to rely only and only on God. And when I realized, at first I was kind of nervous, but when I realized that and I saw the time passing by, and I had to go take care of my alumni, because I'm also a teacher. I had to go take care of my alumni, and I couldn't do that to them. I couldn't cancel on them. I just had to go. So therefore, I have consider a problem, which is a language barrier. Most of you know English is not my first language. It's Creole from Haiti, and Haiti we also speak French. So I contacted, because a lot of things, when we're talking about medical missionary, a lot of this expression are medical terms. So how am I going to translate certain terms? So I've contacted my sister Michelle in Australia, and then I said, no, I cannot do that. Because the Lord, yes indeed, the Lord is behind this. He has made it so that way when I preach, it would not be because I've studied hard, that no glory goes to me, but all glory may go to Calvary. Now, having said that, the title of the message tonight, the title of our study tonight, is Exposing Big Pharma, the Number of the Beast, and FARMAKIA. So thus far, we have seen where it all started. We have talked about slave ship, We have talked about so many things, and now probably some of you are seeing is there for a series about the New World Order, broken in pieces point by point, and the National Sunday Law. What does Big Pharma has to do with this? I'm glad you asked. I'm very glad you asked. Tonight's two nights ago, we have touched a little bit about the mark of the beast. We have seen that the mark of the beast is not necessarily dealing about a specific day. It's not per se a challenge between 2 days, the first day, Sunday of the week, and the seventh day, Sabbath of the week. We have seen it through the lens of the spirit of prophecy when Sister White says advocating the same idea, the same thought, the same doctrine, then the Church of Rome, it will lead us to have the mark of the beast. It's also the mark of the beast. 7 BC page. I can't recall the page, but you can go watch that video for that was made 2 days ago. That's the one where I was before the lake, at the lake. You can go watch it out. So now we're going to touch about the number of the beast. But beloved, what is the number of the beast? Many Seventh-day Adventists will tell you 666, which is vicarious filii Dei. Yeah, we all know that. This is no knowledge. Everybody knows that. Not even Seventh Adventists, not just Seventh Adventists. Most Christian knows that. But what does it mean? Contextualizing that thing. What does it mean? Because if you're going to stick with vicarious filii Dei, I can give you 12 more titles pertaining to the Church of Rome, whether in Hebrew, Greek, Latin, such as Dux Cleri, Romi It, Caesar Nero. It all adds up to 666. So what does it mean? We'll get back to that. Probably we'll get back to that in another message, because I'm supposed to talk about it tonight, but because I'm seeing the time on my computer and I got so much to see. Actually, let me touch a little bit, so just that you guys don't think I'm escaping. What does it mean? It's a coercion. Coercion means something force, system, man-made system that will lead you to be cornered, checkmate, to accept the mark of the beast. I'm going somewhere. If you want to understand why we're touching on Big Pharma, what does Big Pharma has to do with the message today? A national Sunday law and a new world order broken down in pieces, point by point. So what is the number of the beast? If it's a coercive system, which means a man-made force system that will lead you back to the wall. You can't move. You're between the wall and the pain, between a hard rock and the deep blue sea. What does it mean? It's the creation of a problem. Listen, it's the creation of a problem and the solution entering into the body something that is not supposed to enter. Let me repeat this. It's the creation of a problem, a man-made problem, the solution entering into the body something that is not supposed to enter. I don't know if you're starting to see the relation between Big Pharma. How does the body is composed? First Thessalonians, free stuff. I didn't even prepare this. Free stuff. First Thessalonians 5:23. And the very God of peace sanctify you wholly, and I pray God you all spirit and soul and body. Your whole spirit, soul, and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. The body itself is composed of three parts: spirit, soul, and body. The soul is the spirit. The soul is, in other translation, you're gonna see the mind. The mind, which is the central of all human beings. It's not just what's in the head. It's the central. It's your being. It's yourself. The mind. Creation of a problem entering into the mind, something that is not supposed to enter. Do we find that at the Garden of Eden? Did God really said creation of a problem? A man-made problem. Well, a devilish made problem there. Solution: enter into your body something that is not supposed to enter. The forbidden fruit. So what am I seeing here? Entering the doctrine, the wine. We're not supposed to drink alcohol as Christian. We're not supposed to drink alcohol as Adventists. Entering the wine of Babylon in your mind. And the only way you can be saved and freed for certain stuff, to receive the mark of the beast, is not by keeping the Sabbath per se, because there are many Sabbathists out there, 7-day Baptists, 7-day Pentecostal, even the Jews in the days of old were keeping the Sabbath, though we see what happened to them in Ezekiel chapter 8, and the final conclusion, the final hit by God in Ezekiel chapter 9. So what is, in order to not receive the number which will lead you to the mark, there is one solution, beloved. You have to be sealed. Revelation chapter 7, you have to be sealed. What is the sealing? It's a settlement in the truth, so rooted that you can't be moved. So what do you put in your mind? Because the mark of the beast seems to be forced when you read Revelation chapter 13. But when you consider really, it's not a forced mark. It's a decision. Frontal lobe. The frontal lobe. It's a decision. And in order not to make the decision, God gave you two brains. Where then is the second brain? We'll see it soon. So in order to understand what Big Pharma has to do with the message of today, you're gonna have to take your mental flight and fly way up in the sky. Take a panoramical view, and then you're gonna see a great controversy. Never, beloved, in history, a system has been a totalitarian system. Never. Look in history, you will never find nowhere in history where a system has been a totalitarian system. There has always been a small group forming a resistance, a small group making a remnant. So in order to be totalitarian, some people have to take some people out. Daniel 7, the little horn, which is Vatican, papacy, popery, call it whatever you want to call it, had to take out three, had to uproot three all other horns in order to gain full power. We have seen before, in our tree presentation before, that the New World Order is not something new. St. George Bush publicly declared it before the news in 1991. It was prepared 50 years before, prior to that, and we find it in history, in biblical history, way before that. So a group of people must be eliminated from the face of the earth. If you don't see it yet, what big pharma has to do, stick around. Now, a lot of people are saying things because it sounds deep. They are quoting other people because it sounds deep. Therefore, if it sounds deep, it must be deep. Let me give you an example. A lot of people are quoting Hippocrates. Hippocrates said, let thy food be thy medicine, and let thy medicine be thy food. People are quoting that stuff. People quote that stuff left and right and speak about it left and right, but they have no clue of the extent, of the depth of that quotation. Actually, Hippocrates was saying that food is our medicine. That's mean by food we can also find healing, and there are many different type of diets out there. You got keto diet, you got Gerson diet, you got the rave diet, you got the keto diet, you got the Mediterranean diet, you got 70-30, which I advocate greatly the 70-30 diet. What is the 70-30 diet? 70% raw, 30% cooked. This is the diet idea. But depending on your health, it depends on your health, because the best diet is the Edenic diet. Let us go see the Edenic diet, what it is made of. Genesis 1:29. Genesis 1:29. And God said, behold, I have given you, listen, beloved, I'm telling you, tonight's presentation, like all the other presentation, first, for the people who are not accustomed to me, they're going to say it's controversy. They're going to say I'm raising polemic. It's okay. Say whatever you want to say. Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be meat. What is the God's diet, the Edenic diet? Herb. So let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food. That means herb also must be the way to cure diseases. Herb. Because our food must be the medicine, and our medicine must be our food. Herb must be the cure for all diseases, beloved. Now, we're going to leave this aside. I'm going to give you a free hermeneutic class. Beloved, I hope you get your writing instrument. Because it had to cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to take classes like that at the theological seminary. And I'm giving it to you for free. So what brought sin in the world? We saw the Sabbatismus first night. It means a change of culture and a state and a culture, meaning a culture of rest. And when Adam sinned, it brought a culture of unrest. So what caused Adam to sin? Food. And food is also supposed to be a medicine. So was it really food that caused Adam to sin? We saw in the first night that it's the new world order begins with worship, and we saw the role played by Nimrod. Night 1, night 2, night 3, but we also saw beyond Nimrod, there's someone else. Nimrod is just a frontman, a puppet, and that someone else is Lucifer. So what we're going to do, get your pen and your paper, take note because it's a free class I'm going to give you right now. What we're going to do, we're going to do a principle of hermeneutics, hermeneutical principle called the principle of first appearance. All those Lucifer, Satan is called in the Bible. I'm going somewhere, please stay with me, I'm going somewhere. All the Satan, Lucifer is called in the Bible. Revelation chapter 12. Yesterday I was so happy. I was so excited. I was so on fire. I forgot to read my reading text. So a good thing you know me, because a Bible study without a reading text, or a Bible text, or a sermon without a Bible text is not a sermon. It's a discourse. You see, I was so excited, and I'm watching the time on my computer also, so I have to hurry. I'm going to take time to go in the book. Revelation chapter 12. The principle of first appearance. You guys don't ever forget this. Free class. I went to school, so you guys don't have to go to school, because now our seminary are no longer seminaries. Nowadays, our seminary are cemeteries. Okay. And verse 9, Revelation 12 verse 9, and the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan. Principle of first appearance. All those Lucifer is called in the Bible the old serpent, a serpent. Okay, principle of first appearance. Where do we find in the Bible for the first time in the Bible a serpent? Where? In the Garden of Eden. Where in the Garden of Eden? In the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Where in the tree of the garden of good and evil on a branch, on one of the branch. Who is there? The serpent. Who is the serpent? Lucifer, the devil. It started with worship, must finish by what? Worship. What is the emblem? Oh, wait. I'm not done. We find the serpent in the garden. Do we have other places where we find a serpent? That was the first appearance. Do we have other places in the Bible where we find a serpent? The rebellion against Moses. The Lord took his protection as a result of the Lord taking out his protection, because those snakes, fiery serpents, were always there. The Lord did not send fiery serpent. They were always there. He didn't send them. He just took out his protection. And people started to get bit left and right, dying in the wilderness. And they said, Moses, what shall we do? So Moses consulted the Lord. He said, made a brazen serpent, put it on a pole. When people will look at everyone who got bit, will look at that serpent, will be healed and saved. Serpents are the most mesmerized animal on all the earth. Most of the people in planet Earth are afraid of serpent. Let's be real. Let's get real. Maybe you're not afraid of serpent, but let's get real. You're in a place that's full of serpent. And Moses says, tell them what the Lord has said. Remember, first night, righteousness by faith. So what is your first reaction? Your first reaction is not to look up. Be honest with me. Your first is not to look up. It's to look where you put your feet, because you're afraid. You're terrorized by serpent. You're looking down where you put your feet. Where you put your feet. But the word says, look up. Look up. And eventually, that generation had passed. The plague of the fiery serpent finished. And generation after took that same serpent that Moses had erected, which was a representation of Jesus. As Moses lift up the serpent, when the Son of Man will be lifted up, he will draw all men to him. So it was a representation. So generation passed and generation passed and generation passed. They took that same serpent and turned it into an idol. In another word, a god. I'm going somewhere. If you don't see the role of Big Pharma in the New World Order, stick with me. They turned it in, they made it into an idol, and they have called it, because that Nehushtan. You can find it in the book of Kings. For sake of time, I don't have the reference, but I preach about it. So I know if First King or Second King, 18 something, I'm not sure. But put Nehushtan, Google Nehushtan, write it down, and when the message is over, or press pause and go look it up. Nehushtan. The serpent became an idol, a god worship. It started with worship, must finish by worship. Who are the modern Nehushtan of today? We said that the serpent was on the pole. That's what was found in the Garden of Eden. What is now the emblem of the World Health Organization? A serpent on a pole. What is the emblem of the medical service today? A serpent on a pole. What is the emblem of the ambulance today? A serpent on a pole. Nehushtan. But what does the word of God said? And behold, I have given you every herb. Every herb. So now we need to know how and why and where this whole thing started. Looking back, early 1900, two Freemasons. We've talked about secret societies before. Two Freemasons. John Rockefeller and Andrew Carnegie. Those are archie billionaire people. They created what it's called the College of Medicine. And they were financing them. And we saw night 2, I believe, slave ship. So the one who finances you become your master and you become his slave. So everybody was running the way Carnegie and Rockefeller wanted it to function. And before 1935-40, they had all the other colleges closed, all the other clinics and hospitals closed, who were not working according to their way of doing things. Because now they had the monopoly. And all those who were not working, going like Andrew Carnegie and Rockefeller was doing, they were called and viewed as quack. What is a quack? It's the equivalent in theology as a dissident. Their goal was to push drug, medication. Their goal was not to heal. It was a business pusher of the nation. The art of selling drugs legally without going to jail. A business. And then during the Second World War, under the work of the slave, under Hitler, the Morgan family. I hope you're taking note. Never take the word of a preacher for granted. And like I said, not even this preacher. The Morgan family used the work of slave to fabricate syrups. You know when you get a cold and you take that brew, that syrup? And then looking closer now, in 1965, another group of medical professionals saw the business, saw the money in the business. This group is a group of psychologue and psychiatrists. I hope in English I said the right thing in English. They saw the business, so they start to contact one another, and they decide in 1967 they're gonna meet with one another in Puerto Rico in a secret meeting, and they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna do the same thing. So they said, let's say someone is like that. We're going to say it's called depression. Someone is like that, it's called anxiety. Someone is like that, it's TDH, deficit trouble attention. I hope I'm saying it right. I don't mix it with the French part. We're going to do all kind of stuff. We're going to create all kind of stuff. So we're going to create all kind of pills, of drugs. And they made a book, and they created the book. It's the MDS worldwide. Whether you're in Africa, China, it's the same. It's a book where you have all the name of the drugs. So everywhere they work the same. Drugs, what does it do? It affects your frontal lobe, and that's where the seal of God is going to So you have to take the right decision. You marry the wrong man. You marry the wrong woman. It's for a marriage can be for salvation or for your total loss. Your decision you're making, buying a house, everything is a decision. The frontal lobe, the blood takes 1 minute from the toenail to go all the way to the brain, and 1 minute from the brain to the toenail. Your blood must be pure. We're not talking about food now. We're not going to talk about, but we'll get to that another time. So they create drugs. Now, what does drug do? 99% of human body is composed of microbes. 99% of your body. You got and you got a strong concentration of microbes in 5 places. In the skin, in the mouth, in the stomach, in your feces, and for the woman in the vagina. That is why, woman, I would suggest you always give birth naturally, because when the baby comes out, the liquid is soaked with the liquid of microbiome and is protected. Then when you have a cesarean, when they have to open the belly. Now, what happens every time you take a pill? On the stomach, which is now, I'm getting to it, the second brain, the second frontal lobe, the stomach. You got a great concentration on top of bad microbiomes, and on the bottom part of the stomach of good microbiomes. So every time you take a pill, the bad microbiomes die. The first time you take a pill, a group of bad microbiomes die. And then you take another pill. How do they call that again? Antibiotic? I'm not sure about the word in English. So now, the second time you take that pill, the bad microbiomes on top says, I know that drug, and I'm afraid of that drug. That drug is too powerful. So the microbiome on top moves. Who's going to die? All the good one on the bottom, and there you are left without no soldiers. No humanitarian system. You see what drug do? You see what drug do? Now, listen to what Sister White has to say. We are medical missionary here. That's why we are called M3A, Santé Spiritualité, M3A, Medical Missionary. Listen to what Sister White says. Drug medication is to be discarded. The inclination to use poisonous drug, which kill if they do not cure, need to be guarded against. Many have I can't read my own reading. Many have been treated with drugs, and the result has been death. I think I have another one. No, letter 69, page 1898. The result is death. She says drug, when it doesn't heal, it kills. When it doesn't heal. So does that mean there's a possibility that drug can also heal? 100% possible. Don't get me wrong. That drug will heal certain of your disease, most of your disease. Most of your disease, one by one, I'm talking about. Not a bunch of disease. Let's say you have a headache. It will heal the headache. When you take that pill, it will heal the headache. Don't get me wrong. But what happened? Yesterday, we saw about Muslim, about the American, how they deal with the Muslim. We saw that yesterday. Now, there's one thing I didn't tell you yesterday because I was keeping it for today. Here's how it works. Hey, beloved, here is how it works. The Secret Service investigate. They know this guy is, as an example, is in Syria. All right, in Syria now. They know he's in this city in Syria. Now they know he lives in this street in Syria. Let's say street First Boulevard. An example. On the First Boulevard, there are 300 houses. All right, 300 houses, but they don't know in which of these houses he lives. So the American army will go with the plane or with the drone. They're going to drop a bomb. Listen, they're going to drop a bomb. So in order to catch one terrorist, they will kill 200. They're willing to sacrifice 200 good civilian, and out of those 200 good civilian, those are real number. There is about 50 innocent children for one terrorist. So that pill that you're taking, yes, it will heal the headache, but it will destroy 50,000 other cells in your body. Now, also, if that pill heal, what does it make that pill? A magic pill. What did God says about magical stuff in the Bible? And if it's a magic pill, it's enchantment. What does that call in the Bible? Pharmakia. Now, there is another big company called BAYERS. I guess you guys know why I'm saying this. Many of my videos have been taken down from YouTube, and I don't want this page to be wrecked up and to be canceled by Fast the Book. What happened to that company? They were well known for their aspirin. They took million of aspirin. They shot those aspirin with a snake shot filled with contaminated HIV blood. I hope you're not taking me for granted. I hope you're going to research what I'm telling you. So one person at the end of the day did not have a clear conscience, and he contacted the FDA. The FDA came and made research and went to the pharmacy, the drugstore, to find out though it was true. Dude, can you imagine in all the world, worldwide, or US, how many people have time to take those pills? So FDA ordered that big company, because most of the people know the PF company. I can't say the name, I'm sorry. But it finished by Zer. That's how it finished. Most of you know, but that company, when the FDA commended them to take those pills out of the shelves everywhere in the United States, that's exactly what they did. But what do you think they did with those pills? They didn't destroy them. They sent all that batch to Asia. Looking back now, during the Satandemic that just passed, I told to the people, I said, people, there is AIDS, HIV in the snake shot. Nobody would listen to me. You're a terrorist conspirationist. You're not preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ. You're preaching conspirationist theory. November that year and December that year, country of Australia had to start to boycott the snake shot. Because every one of the citizens living in Australia who had taken the snake shot during that period of time all contracted AIDS. What else was in that snake shot? Chad 0x1. What is Chad 0x1? When I was a kid, I used to listen to a man on TV named Richard Glenn. He was well known and popular for UFO apparition, for his documentary. He was well known. I was faithful to that show. I was enjoying the paranormal of UFO. Looking in 1982, I'm living in mid-city. I'm not even in the country, in mid-city. On top of my house, I saw a flying saucer. I look at it and I look at it carefully. I'm 12 years old or 13 years old. I'm 13 years old in 1982. And I said, this technology cannot come from this earth. It's impossible. The material the saucer is made, the way it's spinning like that, impossible. It's right on top of my house. I can see it clearly, as big. It's not something, a dot point, and when you can imagine and put your imagination to work. I'm seeing everything, the lights, I'm seeing the window, I'm seeing everything. So the first thing in my mind, I said, if I say something, everybody will say I'm crazy. First thing I did, I went and get my mom and my brother. Look. They all saw it. The next day in the newspaper, it says a flying saucer crash in St. Lawrence River. It was that flying saucer who crashed in St. Lawrence. How can a flying saucer crash in a... I can understand. I'm trying to use my brain. Mystery. Okay, that's... mystery. Many other witnesses. I'm coming back with the Chad 0x1 that's in the snake shot. I'm going somewhere. Follow me. Many people in Montreal have seen a flying saucers over the highway Ville-Marie. Now, tell me, you got a flying saucer, a UFO coming from thousands and thousands and thousands light years away, and once they get here on planet Earth, they have to use the highway as a trajectory to direct themselves? Come on, man! Are you starting to think? But that one that's crashed in St. Lawrence River, in the next day in Montreal newspaper, it said it showed it and it let you think that it was a man-made stuff by the army, secret army. And since then, I got interested by a place in United States called Area 51 Hangar. I'm coming with the Chad 0x1 that's in the snake shot. What is Area 51 on Hangar? Because don't get me wrong, maybe there are some other form of life, maybe there are some extraterrestrials elsewhere in the universe, but if they are, I'm going to guarantee you one thing, they will go everywhere, but they ain't coming to Earth. War, Satandemic, COVID, climate change, they'll go everywhere. I'm guarantee you they're not coming here. Joe Biden, Justin Trudeau, I don't know, the Prime Minister, the Blair, Angela Merkel, they will not give them their visa. They're not coming here, all right? So don't be fooled by people like Joe Biden lying his butt off on television about UFOs, or Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Don't be fooled by those people. Back to Area 51 hangar. They use Chad 0X1 because the army said, why send a soldier to get killed at war? Let's clone them. And it went wrong. So now, because it went wrong, it create monster, mutant. And they try to pass it as if those things are alien while they are human beings. That's what was in the snake shot. Notwithstanding that the patent number is 060606, the number of the beast. Creation of a problem, solution, introduce into the body something that is not supposed to enter. The number of the beast. You see how serious it is? You see why we bring this up? Because it's gonna mess up your brain. The way you think, you won't be able to think right. And if you can't think right, if the blood doesn't flow right in your body, how can you take the right decision? How can you say, no, I refuse, I will not take that mark. I refuse to observe the first day of the week as a worship day. You see, just a second. Not only that, what the snake shot does. Autism for children. Autism for children. And where does that all come from? It comes from 1974 when a group called The Calling. The Calling is not with the C-A-L-L, but it's C-U-L-L. The Calling says there are too many people on the face of the earth. We must eliminate them, and we're going to use snake shot to eliminate them. And we will start by black people, First Nation, Spanish, and if need be, we'll finish by the Caucasian. We will start by black people. Beloved, so how can you purified from big pharma? Whatever happened before, while God gave us medicine, natural medicine, herbs. Listen, the Lord, whatever deals with the sanctuary, Lord will close his eyes on everything. But whatever concern the sanctuary, God does not play. The sons of Aaron presented before the Lord with strange fire. They died immediately. The Lord gave instruction. Put the oil in the ark, so you can put a pole and lift the ark. That's all you have to transport it. When David decided to go get the ark in the camp of the enemy, they put it on top of oxen. I hope I say the right thing in English. Go verify it, please, because now it's a language barrier. And because, like cows, and when they were bringing it back, it was moving. Uzzah went to put his hand like that in good heart intention, the best intention of the world, so the ark doesn't fall and break, but the Lord struck him dead. when it comes to the sanctuary, God does not play. God says in the sanctuary, I don't want to see no piece of skin. The day I see a piece of skin, I'm going to kill you. That's what God said. Today, the woman goes to church. All pieces of skin showing off. I'm glad God doesn't work like that. But whatever concerns the sanctuary, God does not play. God says you don't take a vile animal. You have to take one without spot, blemish to present as your offering. Don't present that body like as a dirty sacrifice. Present clean. So therefore, you have to consider everything that was presented in the altar of Holocaust was dead. The only living thing that was presented as a sacrifice was Abraham, personifying God, and Isaac. That is why Paul now said, Romans 12, verse 1 and 2, Beloved, I beseech thee to offer your body as a living sacrifice. So you are sick, you need healing, why go to Big Pharma? I'm going to give you a few. I see the time. I have to really wait because it's gonna mess up my video. It won't be able to upload. So beloved, let us see now. All right. So we're gonna go with certain things and what they're good for and what disease exactly they are curing. All right. Burdock root. I'm not sure about that. That's why I said I'm trying to contact. I tried to contact Sister Michelle tonight, but the Lord said, my dear says no, I won't do that because I know the Lord is behind that. So it might not be the right word translation in English, but go look it up. Because I trust you. Burdock root for rheumatism. Rheumatism is it helps to transport the transportation of the fluid in the blood system. It helps to rid of toxin in the cells. Sorry, I'm having problem reading my own writing. Sorry. All right, echinacea. It strengthens the lymphatic system. Very important. Look it up. Lymphatic. You look this one up. Lymphatics and what is good. Echinacea strengthen the lymphatic system. It's a powerful antiviral. Rougeole. I'm sorry. Smallpox. I'm not sure. Rougeole, variole. I know one of them is smallpox. Look it up. For cold, it cleanses the blood. It's good for snake bites for those living in the countryside. Now, dandelion is for the hepatic tonus. It heals gallbladder, for the kidney, for the liver. It can be used as hypoglycemia to reduce the blood pressure. It's an antioxidant, and you can use the root instead of go to the store and get Maxwell House coffee. Take those roots, make your own coffee, make your own tea. You won't be intoxicated and you don't have second effect because that's the real medication. That's real medication. As Big Pharma, they get one medication approved because for each medication approved in the lobbyism, they get $1 million to $10 million. So you see how fast the medication is approved without checking the toxicity, without checking the side effects. Now, ginger facilitates the transportation in the body to evacuate the bad toxin. It's good for the lymphatic system, for the liver. Kale. Kale is rich with potassium, protein, and omega-3. You need to put some oil in there. You need some omega-3. Omega-6, omegas. But kale. Oregano. It reduces because everybody, let me tell you this, everybody, every human that living now, you may be in good 100% good health. Every one of us are born and is made with cancer cell. No exception, except that those cancer cells are not active. All right. So oregano, it reduces the active cancer cells, and it's excellent for high blood pressure. Parsley and cranberry, it's for you can use it for cleansing of the body, of the blood. Now, I'm trying to go fast because time. Many people, I'm telling you, how to heal things specifically. Many women have a hormonal imbalance. How do you cure that? I'm going to try to go slowly here because I know I'm going fast, but this is important. How do you clean? How do you heal hormonal imbalance? Because many women deals with that. Take pieces of cloves. Don't overdo it, because the more cloves you're going to put, the more harsh the taste going to be. So you better start slow, and once your taste bud is accustomed to it, you can add more cloves. Okay. One garlic, ginger, turmeric. You take 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper and some black molasses. You mix that and you drink it. It's gonna help. Fibromes, like the woman who had an issue of blood in the Bible. Let me tell you, you take one ginger, one garlic, one piece of garlic, not the garlic, one ginger, beets, carrot, citrus, or lemon. All right, 1 piece of lettuce and cayenne pepper. You put all that in the juicer. You make just enough as you need. You don't make more. The reason you don't make more, if you make more, it will ferment it. You drink it twice a day. You drink that twice a day, beloved. All right. Now, both hormone imbalance and fibrome, you have heard me said pepper cayenne. Pepper cayenne, you can use it in everything you do. Even if you're going to use those to make poultices, you can use pepper cayenne. That's the only thing you can use. Because why? The pepper cayenne is not there as a healing produce, as a miracle produce. The function of the pepper cayenne is to enhance the medication you are making. If you have something on your foot and you have to make a poultice, you add pepper cayenne on top of that. It's going to make that poultice more powerful. That's what pepper cayenne do. I hope I'm saying the right thing in English. Indigestion, easy. Everybody knows that. Maybe you don't know. It's okay. Now you're going to know something new. Just take charcoals. I suggest you can have it in peel, but I suggest you choose your right natural star, because a lot of people out there are using the label natural star, bio, organic. Don't be deceived, beloved. There's a business there, because a lot of people are going vegetarian. A lot of people are going like this. There's a business. So a lot of people are using fake label or false label, false publicity. Asthma. If you get some air, first of all, I'm asthmatic. I was born asthmatic. Every morning, before I go to the shower, before I eat, every morning I crack my window open 2 inches. I do my devotion. I add asthma at least 2 hours every morning in devotion, Bible study, because it's not just about praying. You have to see what the Lord has to say to you too. 2 hours every morning. Every morning my day start at 4 o'clock every day. For 2 hours, I get my window crack open 2 inches. Now, beloved, because I'm seeing time is passing, I have to cut this short. I'm sorry. I'll try to make something. I'll try to make something another time. Now, many of you saying, but Brother Lionel, what if I don't have those kind of leaf, those kind of herbs? And what if there is those kind of herb in my country per se? Some people in Africa may not have certain herb here, and certain herb they have in Africa we might not have here. What can I do? Because I'm suffering with this and this and this and this type of disease. What can I do? Well, I'm gonna tell you what can you do. I'm gonna give you another natural remedy. If you do that for at least 30 days, this is the diseases you're going to overcome. And that remedy is free whichever country, continent you are in the world. You're going to overcome diabetes in 30 days. Blood pressure, whether it's high blood pressure, low blood pressure, in 30 days. Stomach problem in 10 days. All forms of cancers in 9 months. Heart diseases in 30 days. Asthma in 30 days. Cholesterol in 4 months. Woman problem, menstrual problem in 50 days. Migraine, cold, epilepsy, appetite problem, eye problem, ears problem, throat problem. It's good for a lot of things. And it's so cheap. Less than $3 a week. You know what it is? Every morning, when you wake up, before you put anything in your stomach, 45 minutes prior you put something in your stomach, drink 3 to 4 cups. Now, we're not talking about glasses, we're talking about cups, so you can do it. Don't say you can't do it. Of a little bit hot water. You just boil it a little bit, not too much, because if you drink hot water, plain hot water, it's gonna give you diarrhea. If you drink it lukewarm, it's gonna give you diarrhea. It's just gotta be a little bit hot, more than 50%, let's say 52% hotter, because 50-50 is lukewarm, you're gonna be sick. And a piece of lemon in it. Every day, I put you to the test. Every day. Come, anybody want to take the test, the challenge, do it, and come back to me in 30 days? You see, I'm saying $3, but it could be $1 a week. And you see all kind of disease. The Lord is great. The Lord know what he was talking about. So we don't have to enter something in our body that is not supposed to enter, that will cause us to not have our mind clear to take the right decision, and then go receive the mark of the beast. Or marry the wrong person, or take rash decision, spending our money wrongly for a car that's gonna wreck in 2 months. Shows us just example out of my head. That's so much. But this was fast said, but coming soon, beloved. Not after not the next series, not the one after, coming soon. Still in the month of April, we're gonna have practical part. because we told you about the Morgan family who created syrup under. I'm going to show you how to make syrup. Whether you get cold, whatever you have, we're going to have poultices. I'm going to give you the right portion. I'm going to show you exactly how to make which poultice for which disease. Because you know what? The church, as Sister White says, every church ought to be a school. Welcome to the school of the prophet. That was your humble servant, JL, Jacqueline Guillaume, for health, M3A, health and spirituality, M3A, santé spiritualité, M3A, medical missionary. God bless you. Tomorrow we're taking a break. We'll be back with you Friday night. God bless. I love you all, guys. Stay close to Jesus. Stay close to the word of God, not the word of man with the pharmakia stuff. You get everything here in the word of God, everything in nature. God bless. Love you all, guys. See you guys. See you Friday night.